Hey, everybody, I'm going to give everybody a second to get in here. I hope everybody's doing well today. Should have a bunch of people coming in. I got to make some adjustments here. Okay. All right, everybody, I got the chat open. Everybody go ahead and say hello. Oh, I had the chat open. Where'd she go? There you are. Hey, Heidi, how are you? Oh, I'm going to just give it a second for everybody to get in here. As people are piling in, I think there's some confusion. So we uh we do a partner training webinar every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I know some of the partners got invited to this accidentally. This is not for a current partner. If you are a current partner, you need to be at our 3 o'clock meeting. This is for people who are not partners and are interested in becoming a partner. So I don't typically talk about this, but I've got a bunch of emails of people thinking that this was the training today. So if you are a current partner with Credit Suite, you're going to want to leave this one. There's no reason for you to be here. You're already a partner. And you're going to want to get into the one at 3 o'clock, and you should have an email with a link to that. Today, I think we're going to be discussing how to read a business credit report and talk to your clients about it. Okay, so we are 1 minute in. Let's go ahead and get started. Somebody give me a thumbs up if they can see my screen because I'm kind of technically not the greatest person in the world, so I just want to make sure I'm doing everything correct. I just need one thumbs up to let me know you can see my screen. I'm sharing screen. Should say secrets to easily growing a profitable credit and loan business. There we go. That's what I want to see. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's dive in. One of the things you're going to find out about me, one, besides speaking quickly, is I don't like to waste people's time. I like to get in, let's get you that information, let's see if it makes sense, and then let you go about your day. I hope everybody feels the same way. Your time is just as valuable as mine, and I don't want to waste any of it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're talking about the secrets to easily growing a profitable credit and loan business. We're going to talk about offering business credit and financing to your clients, complete with co-branded software, lender relationships, expert coaching, and automated marketing tools to do all kind of the heavy lifting for you. Uh, and honestly, you have to have zero finance experience. And this is important because of where we are from an economy point of view, right? So the one thing about that I love about our business is when the economy is bad, we actually do better. When the economy is good, we do well. But when the economy is bad, we actually do better because more and more people are looking for funding. So the first thing I want to think about is, and I want all of you to think about is, what's your big reason for wanting to scale your business? Is it financial freedom? Is it more time with your family? Creating a legacy? Making a bigger impact in your community? Kind of keep that reason in mind as we go through this and you think about what may come next. Okay. All right. So here's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with what we call the cash access problem. And this is a massive, massive problem in the small business world. 82% of businesses fail due to cash flow problems. Let that sink in for a second, right? Most businesses don't fail because of bad products or bad services. My friend, most people, when they go into business, is because they're passionate about what they do. So they tend to be really good at that. Makes sense, right? They just run out of cash, right? They fail because they can't access the capital when they need it the most. It's not a sales problem, it's a funding problem. I mean, again, not a sales problem, it's a funding problem. If somebody's really good as an electrician, uh, they're not going to have a problem finding work. Usually their problem is financing the work or a vehicle or whatever it is that they need to keep that business above ground. So here's the hidden pain point: 82% failure rate, businesses that fail due to cash flow issues. 45% rejection rate. Small businesses are denied traditional bank loans. And actually, I think that number's flopped. It's 54%, not 45%. Whoever built this presentation for me has it a little backwards. And 30% of businesses are unable to expand due to capital constraints. This is the pain your customers don't even talk about, right? It's not something they think about all the time, but it's not something they bring out and talk to people about because they feel like it's a problem that they should be able to overcome, and they don't realize they're handcuffed. They have no idea why they're getting denied and why they're in the situation they're in. They generally don't know how to get out of it, right? So session is going to be for business owners who are ready to scale strategically, build sustainable growth without working harder. And that's really what we're going to talk about today, solving real problems, really addressing the core issues your customers face, creating new revenue, add more profitable income streams to your business. These are the type of things we're going to talk about today. Is everybody okay with that? Not what I thought you were offering. Guillermo, what did you think we were going to talk about? Do you think we were going to talk about fundability today? Because we are going to dive into that a little bit, right? So if you want to hang out, I'll kind of show you what fundability looks like. Anyhow, so these are the things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the three myths that can hold every business back, right? First one is the constant customer myth, the AI myth. I know everybody's a little bit nervous about AI right now, right? And the expertise myth. These are misconceptions that are going to cost you money and opportunity every single day moving forward. I want to debunk all of that today, right? So the constant customer myth. Here's the myth, right? And some of you have been in my webinars, you understand what I'm about to say. People think they need to constantly chase new customers to grow their business, just constantly getting new customers over and over and over again. I can tell you that's kind of like a hamster wheel, right? Those, you know what a hamster wheel is, right? The reality of it is endless customer acquisition is draining your time, energy, and money. It's actually 5 times more expensive to get a new customer than it is to actually retain and what's the word about remonetize your existing customers. And believe it or not, the profit level is 60% higher from existing customers than it is from brand new customers. It's just super expensive. Yeah, Guillermo, you're in the wrong one. You need to go to our partner training at 3 o'clock. Okay. You'll have an email that'll give you a link to get to that. This is our partners sales webinar. You want to go to our partner training webinar at 3 o'clock. I knew there was going to be a couple of you in here. We generally don't do these on Tuesdays because people get confused, especially the partner ones. But go ahead and check out your email, Guillermo. And if you're not sure, call us at 877-600-2487. Ask your rep. They'll get you a copy of that link to get in there at 3 o'clock. Okay. It's 3 p.m. Eastern. Anyhow, back to what we were talking about. So the AI myth. The myth is the AI is killing jobs and businesses. The reality of it is AI is killing businesses without real tangible offers, right? Here's what AI can't replace. It's never going to replace strategic relationships, ever. Never going to replace capital access expertise. So, we use AI in our business as well, and AI will give you an overview of what a person may qualify for, but it is not going to do the full underwriting, and it's not going to think outside the box, right? Where we'll talk to a customer and they're looking for X amount of dollars. We're not just going to say, okay, give us your revenue, give us your credit, and then go, yeah, this loan fits you. We're going to dig and look for all the different options that could be available. AI is just not going to ever do that because it's not going to think outside the box. It's just facts and facts only. And the part two of that is the human touch, right? We want to understand where they're trying to go, what they're trying to accomplish, and maybe give them multiple options to get funded. I've had people come in and get credit card stacking. I've had them get personal loan stacking to flip a house. I've had them get equipment financing because they're starting a land. Like there's so many different things that they can get, and sometimes I see them get combined because it makes the most sense. And you're never going to have AI do that. And the fourth, and not necessarily final, but is trust-based business services. You know, at some point we are all humans, right? And we want to deal with humans. It's great when I can go online and I can Google up information. We've all been doing it for years. But once I find kind of what I'm looking for, I want to call that business and get more information because I want to have that human conversation, right? I want to understand truly what they're doing. And I don't really feel like I'm going to get that off of a fact sheet, right? So the same thing is going to be happening. AI is going to change the way we do business, but is not going to eliminate and kill jobs the way people think it is, right? So the expertise myth. The myth, you need a finance degree or a specialized team to offer credit solutions. That is 100% not true. The reality is you can leverage expert systems with zero finance background. In other words, you don't have to be an expert to be able to offer credit and financing to your customers or your sphere of influence. We teach you how to do that, and it's really simple. As a matter of fact, when I'm training salespeople, one of the things I tell them, because they all stress out when they first get started, they don't know enough. I let them know if they've got 2 days experience here at Credit Suite, they know more than 90% of the business owners that are out there. And it always surprises them when they have their first conversation and the person they're speaking with believes that they're an expert, and they are. because they know that much more. But so few people understand business credit, its applications, and how to use it and how to leverage it. That when you learn just a little bit, and of course, with us, you can go through that training pretty quickly. You become an expert to the general population, to the world, right? So the opportunity here is you can become the bridge between businesses and funding they need. And that's what I want to show you how we can do. Look, right now, business credit is booming, right? If you look at 2019, business credit searches versus now to 2023, the numbers are massive. It's over doubled. It's actually close to tripled. It's exploding across social media and traditional channels. Business credit searches and funding applications are just flying high. That kind of goes back to the number one reason businesses fails. They run out of capital. So they're actively looking for it, but they don't know where to go. And Google's not going to solve that problem for them. It never will. You'll get the three main lenders who spend the most money. Matter of fact, ironically, in 2000, I believe it was 16 or 17, 17 when I started. If you Googled business credit, you found Credit Suite. Now, if you Google business credit, you get American Express, you get Capital One. By the way, not business credit, just personal credit cards with a business name on it. So that's what happens to your customers as well, right? They're looking for business credit. They're getting Capital One Spark cards, which is not true business credit. So we want to get rid of that. We want to bridge that gap. So why now? The perfect timing. Bank restrictions, traditional banks are tightening lending criteria. We all know what's happening with interest rates. TikTok and YouTube content on business credit is up 300%. And actually, that changes weekly. It just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. Credit Suite partners are ideally placed in this climate where people are looking for business credit. They're searching on social media. Banks are saying no more and more. And the SBA can't meet the growing demand for business applications. I've seen more SBA approvals in the last 6 months than I saw in my first 5 years here. Now, part of that is because we've taught people how to build a strong business credit profile, which is one of the pillars that SBA looks at. The other reason is because people are just looking for funding and they're not getting approved. So that's why I love what we do. We teach business owners how to solve that problem. It's never going to be a quick fix, but it always works. This is not something that works some of the time. It works all of the time. 100% of the time, if your customers or you put your effort in to build your business credit profile, you will succeed if you do exactly what you're shown to do. So it's the perfect timing for it, right? So here's the opportunity. You can partner with Credit Suite and add a complete business credit solution in just about 30 days. Actually, a little less than that. If you're somebody who's a mover like I am, I get in. Once I get in, I'm in. Uh, no finance background needed, zero expertise needed. I'd like to see you have a little sales ability, but even that we'll train you with. This is not affiliate marketing. You own the customer and the profit. So, in other words, we're not asking you to send us customers, your customers, and now we own them. We won't ever talk to them other than our advising team. We want you to own the customer and you keep the majority of the money, right? All the software is provided. Complete training is included. Excuse me 1 second. I need to take a sip. You're going to get direct lender access, ready to use marketing content, ongoing support system. And I'm going to show you all of this, right? We're not just going to talk about it. I'm actually going to show you. I'm expecting a bunch of questions. And I promise you, I will answer every single one of them. Okay. So this is the perfect bolt-on solution. So let's say you start today, you partner with Credit Suite. Week one, you complete your initial training and you're all set up. Typically, that's going to take 3 to 5 days, right? Um, Week 2 to 3, you're going to implement some marketing and client systems. And day 30, launch your full service credit and funding solutions. You can actually do that quicker. But if you take your time, within 30 days, you've got another stream of income, right? If you've got existing customers, this is really, really simple. Here's how it works. So the client signs up, they register for your business credit and funding solution. Uh, you get a fundability scan, which is a proprietary system that analyzes their funding solution. Uh, they begin to build business credit, connect with lenders, and then you get paid. You earn revenue at each stage of the process. So you're going to earn revenue right up front when they sign up. You're going to earn revenue forever because remember, they're your customers. Every time they apply for a loan and get approved, they get funded, you get a piece of that. That's the beauty of this. So this is super scalable and you don't have to babysit because we're managing it for you as if we work for you. We do work for you. So it's not something you have to personally hold their hands. So here's the revenue models. The wholesale model, you pay wholesale rates and set your own retail prices. We'll talk about that when I do the demo. You have significantly higher profit margins, complete pricing control, and client relationship ownership. We also have a retail model where you become a partner, you submit people for us to sell. You get a super high commission on it, much higher than an affiliate would get. Um, it's obviously a lower barrier to entry. It's a lot easier, no administration work, and you still earn while you're not really working. I wouldn't recommend that for people unless you have a really big list and you just don't have time. Like I have one partner that just doesn't have time to sell everyone. So he picks and chooses who he sells and sends the rest to us, and then we sell them for him. And we do really well, and he does really well with that. So that kind of gives you the options of what you can do. So here's what the complete partner package is. You get the software, complete client-facing and back-end tools. You're going to get comprehensive training. It's a comprehensive learning system and support. And remember, you guys heard me talk about today's webinar at 3 o'clock for our partners. We do this weekly live. And when I say live, we're not sending out recorded webinars. Live every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, myself, one of my salespeople, our CEO, our head of marketing, the head of Profit Lifter, which is our CRM company, will go in and teach our partners exactly how we scaled our business. Step by step, exactly what we did. We give them the tools, we give them the technology, we give them the education. So it's kind of like having a business coach, and it's every week live. And if you miss it, it's okay. It's recorded. You can go back and search 6 years of it. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. So you're going to get that. You're going to get direct connections to funding sources. You're going to get ready to use marketing content and campaigns. And I'll show you a little bit of that in a second. But we're talking about emails, PowerPoints, flyers, ebooks, you name it, videos, demo videos. It's all there. And of course, you're going to get ongoing expert assistance and guidance. As a matter of fact, if you become a partner, you'll have one of my reps help you. They'll be your direct contact for day to day. If you ever have any needs, they'll even get on the phone and help you sell your first one if that's something you're looking to do. So let's talk about, yes, you can start with retail, then transition to wholesale, David. We'll talk about that in a second. So let's talk about the criteria that you need for bolt-on, right? So when we talk about bolt-on revenue, there are things that you want to look for, right? If I'm an electrician, I'm not looking to bolt on donut sales. It just doesn't make sense, right? First thing is you want to have high demand, clients actively searching for a solution. Second is, and this is why you don't do the donuts if you're an electrician, is easy integration. It works with your existing business model, right? Uh, the third is going to be this low learning curve. And though it may feel like this is a long learning curve, like I gave you an example of my salespeople, a few days, you've got the jargon down. A few weeks, you're basically an expert. It's not that difficult. Uh, Number four is really important, the high value perception, right? Clients recognize worth and are willing to pay for it. If they see something that they know they can't do on their own, or they'll find very difficult to do on their own, and you're going to save them time, which saves them lots of money, they will pay for it. It has to be a scalable process. So it's something that once you set it up and it grows, as your demand grows, it's easily scalable. Recurring revenue. You want to make sure if you're going to add a bolt-on solution that there's an opportunity for recurring revenue. We fill that bill easily. And then, of course, expert support, booked by special or backed by specialists who ensure your success. That we've been doing this for years. We've been around since 2010, I believe, is when the partner program started. So 15 years, and hundreds and hundreds of partners making. I can't even give numbers because the FTC will come down on me for promising something. But I can tell you they do really well. I have partners that buy literally tens and thousands of enrollments, over the years. So they're doing really well. So that's your 7 criteria for a bolt-on solution. So if you're looking for a bolt-on solution, you want to make sure it fits into those 7 spots. You might even want to screenshot that in case this isn't the solution you're looking for, but you do feel like you need to add something for your customers. Take a screenshot of that. This is something you definitely want to think about before you start talking about selling something additional to your clients, right? So let's talk about our fundability framework. This is our proprietary system. It makes your clients funding ready with unprecedented approval rates, right? Fancy terms for, hey, they go through this system, they're going to get approved when they're used to getting denied, right? Analyzes over 125 data points that lenders actually care about. So, ironically, and I hear this all the time, well, I don't really have great personal credit. So what? This isn't about your personal credit. This is about your business credit profile. I've seen the opposite. People come in with great personal credit. They can't figure out why they're getting denied because when I pull their business credit report, there's nothing there. And if you've been following us for a while, you know nothing is like having a 500 credit score, right? Nothing is basically saying to the banks and creditors and lenders, nobody wants to do business with you. No business trusts you enough to give you credit. And it freaks people out who have great personal credit, who always pay their bills on time. They're like, I don't understand. Why is this a negative? Well, it's not that you've done anything wrong. You've just done nothing, right? You have to intentionally build your business credit profile. When you explain that to a customer, their eyes light up. All of a sudden, they're like, whoa, 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 I didn't know about this. And you can show them the easy way to be able to do that and just change the way they look at financing, right? So what happens is your end client, the end client, has these benefits. They get faster approvals. They get much, much better terms, higher funding amounts, typically between 5 and 10 times what they can get on their own. Uh, and I'll give you an example. So I apply for a gas credit card, right? Steve, the salesperson. I'm going to get approved for probably $500 because how much do you really spend on gas per month as an individual? But now let me start Steve's trucking firm, build a business credit profile, and then apply for a fleet credit card. My approvals are going to be somewhere between $5 to $25,000 right out of the gate. Now, as an individual, 500 versus 5,000, where there's your 10x and up to 25,000. I've seen this regularly. That's just one example. When I was flipping real estate, I had over six-figure credit with Home Depot and Lowe's. They would never give that to me personally because what is one person going to spend at Home Depot? You're never going to spend $100,000 at Home Depot unless you're building a house yourself. But as someone who owned 300 properties, as a business that owned 300 properties, I was constantly there spending money. So I was blowing through that $100,000 like that. So the credit limits are significantly higher. And people who are super used to leaning on their personal credit are always blown away by how high the limits are, especially when they get their first credit approval. So they're going to get much higher funding amounts. And obviously, they're going to end up with a stronger business credit profile, which makes their business much more scalable, much more sellable if you're thinking about getting out. It allows them access to things like SBA loans. It allows them access to higher and higher credit limits. It allows them to scale much, much easier. So it truly is something they'd be willing to pay for once they understand it. So here's what happens. When they go through the process, the first thing we're going to work on with our advising team is the foundation, the business structure optimization. We're going to make sure everything about their business looks good to a lender. You're like, what are you talking about, Steve? A business is a business. Well, not necessarily. So one of the things that lenders and creditors look for is congruency, right? Where everything matches. So if your business has an address at the IRS that's 123 Main Street, but then with the Secretary of State, it's 425 Oak Street, and you did this because you don't really want people at the office seeing your IRS paperwork, you're going to have a problem. You're going to get denied. So we find it, and then we show the clients exactly how to correct that. Very simple to do. Uh, we're going to look at things like that, whether they have a professional business phone number, whether they have professional email. Like, this shocks me. We deal with thousands and thousands of business owners, and you would be shocked at what percentage do not have a professional email. I have a business at gmail.com every single day. I have a business at yahoo.com, Tony's Pet Shop at AOL.com, God forbid, right? I see that all the time. And I understand it because people created those accounts and they stuck with them over the years. But that looks like fraud to a lender and a creditor. That's how it looks. So we show them how to correct that and then give them the assets to be able to set that up. So we give them the links to any place they need to go to solve whatever that particular problem is. Again, none of this happens through you. We're doing this on your behalf in your name. We're showing them how to do this, right? We get them set them with compliance to make sure all their regulatory alignment is correct, make sure they have all their legitimacy factors set up, their credibility, time to business enhancement. We take a look at their history, and then we begin that business credit building process. So we're going to take them step by step, stacking credit on top of credit, on top of credit, on top of credit. And the beauty of it is they're going to give you full credit for what's happening because this is your team that's helping them do that. Right? So that's the fundability framework that we're talking about. Uh, it truly adds professionalism to your brand, right? Before the Credit Suite partnership, your clients would have limited financial solutions, basic service offerings, struggle to differentiate. When you add us into your bag of tricks, so to speak, uh, you're going to have comprehensive funding expertise that you can offer them, sophisticated financial solutions that you can offer them. You can have access to proprietary systems, and obviously an elevated professional status. Like this really can be a game changer. And I'll give you a few examples of people that actually stepped in. And now this side of the business is bigger than their original business. They love it. Um, this is basically for growth minded people, right? If you're ready to scale, serve, and build sustainable income, this is what you're looking for. If you have a helper's heart, if you're somebody who just likes to help small business owners or people in general, maybe you want to help people start a business and then show them how to build business credit. That's another direction to go. I actually have one partner who does exactly that. If you want to solve real funding problems for businesses, this is the way to go. And if you're tired of selling air or complex offers, that's what's great about this. This is super simple. I believe in KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. This is really simple. Once you understand the lingo and what we do, it becomes really easy for you. You don't have to be an expert. Now, a lot of our partners have become unbelievable experts. They know as much as I do, but that's just because they really love being in the business and they dive in. They attend all of our partner trainings. They're constantly calling and interacting with both their sales reps and even myself. I deal with a lot of them directly. So they are experts. But I could bring them in, they could work for us tomorrow. So you will become an expert if you choose. If you don't want to be, that's okay too. All right. I'm gonna tell you who this is not for, though. This is not for your passive dreamers. You think income just kind of happens without action. I don't think any of you here are like that. It's definitely not for absentee owners. You have to be involved, right? If you're not willing to show up for your clients, it's not for you. And it's not for shortcut seekers. If you're looking for a get rich quick scheme, this is not it. This definitely involves some time and certainly is going to involve a little bit of money, but the payoff is significant. Ironically, the shortcut seekers, I kind of argued with myself about whether I should put this on there, but it really isn't for that. You're building something here and it's very scalable. What's great about it is at some point you could begin adding salespeople to be out in the world doing this for you. Then you've got us executing the production, I'll call it, and your salespeople bringing in the sales, and all you're doing is just managing all the money you're making. Real simple to do. So these are all real people. I know AI created this, but I know Kevin, Sandy, Cheryl, and Regina. Matter of fact, I signed up two of those four. Uh, I just didn't want to go through these long, drawn out videos for you guys. I told you your time is valuable. I want to get you out of here quickly. So Kevin landed 5 clients in his first month, generating $25,000 in revenue. He was having some problems. This helped turn his business around. Sandy actually added 120,000 in annual income without hiring any additional staff. Sandy owned a personal credit repair company, so this was a real good fit for her clients who owned a business. She loved it. As a matter of fact, when she was having problems with her credit card merchant processing because they were in credit repair and they have a difficult time, bringing our product in, helped legitimize the business. And they opened it back up again, and she just made a lot of money, right? Cheryl is one of my partners. She actually tripled her client retention by adding credit services. She's in the consulting business and began and added business credit, and her retention tripled, right? So people who pay her monthly, it tripled. And Regina is one of my favorites. She actually owned a bookkeeping service and still does. And she built her recurring monthly to 8,000 a month in about 90 days. Now, these are all different stories. I'm not promising any of you are going to get to any of these or be limited by this. You could be 10 times that, but just giving you some examples. And I said, I know two of the four, actually, I know three of the four personally, but I signed up to myself. So I know exactly where they were when they started and where they are now. Jason, another one of my favorites. Jason was a business coach struggling to differentiate his services with other business coaches. There's a lot of them out there. His annual income is about 85,000. He was working 50 hours a week to make 85 grand. High client turnover, and that happens in that world, right? He came to one of these webinars, decided he was going to take a shot. Within 6 months of adding business credit to his services, he added $178,000 in new revenue, top of what he's normally making, reduced his work week 35 to 35 hours from 50 plus to 35. So he actually saved time. He's got a 90% client retention rate. That's a game changer right there. And he's got a waiting list of people who want his services, but he's now in control of his time. Just adding this little bit, this extra revenue, this bolt-on revenue, one, helped his retention because the clients love what he's offering. So they look at him truly as an expert. And two, it just put more money in his pocket, which is fantastic. So here's what you're going to get, because we are now a half hour in, and I want to make sure I get you out of here quickly. You're going to get access to our fundability software if you sign up as a partner. Uh, I'll show that to you in a second. You're going to get all the business credit tools, the complete vendor tier systems, all the building framework. You're going to get access to our custom bureau insights, which is all 3 credit reports to monitor your business credit. You're going to get lender matching through sophisticated algorithms that pair clients with ideal funders. You're going to get training and support, 24/7 access, 100 plus hours of training. It's actually a lot more than that. Like I said, I think there's 500 videos in the weekly partner training, and they are all between a half hour and an hour. So there are lots of videos. You can search back 6 years and you're going to find me teaching how to sell. There's one-on-one coaching calls you're going to get with your reps. You're going to get weekly live webinars that we were touching on earlier, direct funding team access. You have your own funding team that's going to help your clients, and they will call. I'm looking at David right now, right? They will call and mention David Tomlinson by name. David, I see you in the webinar, so I'm picking on you. Um, you get full partner community support. So you're going to actually have access to a community of other partners who will help you with what they do. And you're going to get sales conversation guidance. In other words, you're going to get full-blown training. Any of you who are familiar with Jeremy Miner, that's what I teach, his system, NEPQ, to help people actually close sales. So you're going to get all of that. With the done for you marketing, you're going to get website content, videos and webinars, visual assets, email campaigns, contracts, forms, sales scripts, the whole kit and caboodle. You'll never use, never, everything that we give you, right? So I'm going to go into value here in a second, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's start with the actual product. So this is fundability. This is the dashboard or the actual product that your clients will use. Has anyone here ever seen that? Give me a thumbs up if you've seen that. If you've not seen that, that's even better. I love actually doing a quick demo of it, but I'm going to explain exactly what it is. So this is software that when your clients get in, they're going to get a welcome call from one of my favorite people in the whole world. Her name's Eileen. She's the one who does all the welcome calls. She's going to guide your clients through getting onto the software. Actually, she's going to guide you through getting onto the software for the first time and show you how to get all your information in here and take you through that foundation and get you with some quick wins right out of the gate. You're going to get quick wins. You're going to either correct what needs to be corrected, or we're going to get you credit right out of the gate. So you as a partner get access to this as well. Once you get through this, we're going to take you through every part of your foundation, from your financials, your business credit reports, your personal credit, because that's obviously part of funding, right? The application process, teach you how to renegotiate, reverse denials. Like, there's some really cool things that happen in here. Then you're going to get into the business funding, and we're going to go to the Funding Explorer. That's going to tell you, and you can see match, 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 match on this demo. That's going to tell you what you're already matched with. So you'll get approved for this particular loan, that type of credit. It's going to let you know that you're approved, and your clients are going to know. This is the beauty of this. Now, let's go into trade vendor match just to give you an idea what happens. So all of these, we will tell you where they report, D&B, Experian, and Equifax, whether they report or not, and then whether you're approved. Now you can see accepted next to some of these because this demo account says it has these accounts already, but it's going to give them access to everything you could possibly imagine, from vehicle financing, who wants the new Ford, right? Or Ally, I think, is another one. Costco, PNC Bank, right? There's so many vendors in here that your clients will have access to, and that's not even including the non-reporting. In the non-reporting, there's everything from American Express, which, by the way, they don't report it anymore. We know that. We keep up on it. So your clients are going to get massive amounts of credit in addition to the Funding Explorer, where they're going to have access to the funding. So you don't really have to do anything, right? You just have to understand what we have, and then the system and our advisors will take it from there. So that's fundability. Trust me, it's a much longer demo if we're selling fundability. I'm not selling fundability today, although I do have a really cool secret that I'm going to share with you in a minute. So let's go to what I would call what is our reseller dashboard. So what you would have access to as a partner. So you're going to have access to your own fundability system so that you can build your business credit. And the reason we give that to you is because, I don't know, it's tough for me to sell a car if I don't know how to drive, right? If I've never driven a car. So we want you to build your business credit. We want you to be your own testimonial, right? We want to show you how it works. We want you to experience what it's like to get credit without personal guarantees and to get higher and higher credit limits with every type of lender so that when you're talking to your clients, that truth just seeps out of your body. They know what you're saying is true because you've been through it, right? I've been through it. I tell my real estate investment stories all the time, and people are like, "Man, your sales webinars do really well." I'm like, "Yeah, because I've done it." Right? I think people can pick up on that. So anyway, you're going to get access to your dashboard. Here's what's going to happen on your dashboard. All you're going to see when you log in is the average time to a first call from an advisor, the funding accounts for from each provider for your particular clients, the credit limits they've got, the lending over time. It's kind of a brief overview of all your clients. You could do 3 months, 6 months, a year. So you can kind of see what's happening with your customers. Then you're going to have a list of all your clients. So real simple, and this is important. So you're going to have a list of all your clients, how much they've been approved for, how many accounts they've gotten, how many have logged in. Now, if you see that as below 100, we want to find out who's not logged in yet, right? Total amount approved from trade accounts, total amount funding, who has at least 3 reports. So this is basically, again, an overview of all your clients. And then there's notes, and I'm not going to open the notes up right now because there are real clients in here, and I don't want to share their information. But every time a conversation happens with your client, a note gets put in. And just as importantly, you can leave a note, right? So you can actually have conversations back and forth with the advisors. But the reason we do this is so that you know exactly what's happening with your customers at all times. Okay. Then there's the fundability scan that we talked about that you get for free. It's included in the system. This is a scan that actually, let's see if I can pull one up, fundability.fundabilityscan.com. So I'm going to show you what that is. You can send this out as a lead gen to your clients and say, hey, this is free. Take a look, see how your business looks. You're going to get access to this, scan my business, how it works, right? So if I should scan my business, I would put, you know, whatever my business name, email, phone number, and hit next. And it will tell me as the prospect all the problems I have just from a foundation point of view, which is awesome. It also notifies you. Now that's a great person to call. Hey, it looks like you've got a couple of foundation issues. We can help you with that. And it looks like you're real close to getting some funding. You just need to have a stronger business credit profile if that's what they're missing. It's a slam dunk, easy sale. People always wonder, how do I bring up talking about business credit? This is the way to do it. You get this free scan. It populates right into your back office so you could see who took the scan. You can see what it looks like. It's really cool. It's probably our greatest marketing piece, and you get one. Uh, then it's going to allow you to add users. Then it's going to take you to CS Academy. Credit Suite Academy is basically the reseller dashboard. This is where all the cool stuff is. Now we are 38 minutes in, so we're getting close. This takes, so you're going to have access, obviously, to the homepage. This is the weekly coaching that we talked about every week. So the previous week's coaching is on here. There's a video. When you log in, we do this on Tuesday. On Wednesday, that video shows up in your dashboard. You have a link to the community to go join our Facebook community with all the partners. Then I believe down there, it tells you how many enrollments you have that you can sell. And then you're going to go through a fundability certification. And what this basically is it's a series of videos that's going to teach you about fundability, why it's important, all the lessons. It's going to give you a quiz, and then you're going to get certified. It's really simple. You do it when you're ready to do it. I could spend hours just going through this. Then you're going to have an opportunity to go to your resource library. And I'm just going to touch on, there's a bunch of other things in here. There's AI chatbots. There's AI that to help you sell, right? There's actually an AI to help you when you're having a conversation with a client. You can actually use this AI, type in their answers. It will spit back how to overcome objections, everything you need to sell this. Very cool. But what I like about this is all of the resources that you have. You have everything from, let's go to, I'm looking for videos, there we go, videos. So let's look at marketing videos. So how to build credit with an EIN, Business Experience, interesting facts about business experience, accounts receivable financing, SBA financing. These are all videos. There are lots of them. Let me just go to the fundability resources. I think there's demo video. I know there's demo. There's a professional 10-minute promo video for you. Fundability nomenclature. There's fundability score, 10-minute fundability video sales letter, business credit builder, fundability demo video. So you can send demos to people if they're interested, but they kind of want to see it and you're nervous about doing a demo. Again, a short video sales letter, quick start, partner guidebook, uh, everything you possibly could want in here. You have, I mean, articles, ebooks. Here's what I love about ebooks. Ebooks are great lead gen, but I know people that actually make money selling these, which you can, right? You can actually sell these, which will generate leads, sell them for $7.99. Uh, Tons of professionally done ebooks. Let me just open one up. Let's open up just so you can see it. Download. I don't want to download if I don't have to. I guess I'm going to have to. Okay. I want you all to see it, so let me download it. Yeah. Save it. That's fine. Well, all right. Let's open it up. Can you all see that? Somebody give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can see that because I switched to a new tab. No? Yes? Can you all hear me? There we go. Okay. So this is an ebook. Now look, you can see it's customizable right here, right? So I can put in, my company, right? Now I would use a PDF editor. You can even change the colors. This is a professional ebook about what LexisNexis has on you, and nobody has any idea what LexisNexis has on them. So this is a fantastic ebook. This is a full blown, I don't remember how many pages it is. I think it is 16. Yeah, it's 16 pages that you can customize and send it out to your clients or even sell it, right? So this is just a small example of the things that are in your back office. Again, and I say this all the time, you'll never use everything that's back there, but anything you need is back there. PowerPoints, almost every PowerPoint I've ever used when I've been out on the road speaking about business credit is in your back office, almost every single one. So you don't have to build these. You can just go in and customize them. Then you're going to have access again to your weekly training, your GPTs. So I believe this is the NIAC Marketing Essentials GPT, Business Credit Copywriter, Business Credit Sales Trainer. How about Business Credit Industry Guide? So basically your NIAX code, right? You'll have access to our challenges, courses, master classes, partner boot camps. When I say master classes, things like dominate your competitor's personal brand. We have guests that come in and just teach certain things to our partners. Told you, we're going to share everything that we learned and use to scale our business. You're going to have access to that. All right. Now for the fun part, because we have about 15 minutes left. So where are we at? Okay. So forget all value. Who cares? We sell this product because I know you're going to ask for $54.97. If you go to our website right now and you look up our VIP program, you're going to see $54.97. But what I want you to see is what I'm offering today, right? So today, you're going to get not only a bunch of bonuses, exclusive marketing bundle, 1 hour ultimate sales training, and a vacation bonus. And this vacation is 4 days, 3 nights all over the country and a lot of places in the world. You don't pay anything except airfare to get there. There's nothing. It's not timeshares. You just get to go. My entire sales team has already used it. All of them have had an opportunity to use it. It's fantastic. The only thing they charge you, I believe, is the sales tax for the room for the night. So whatever their sale or transfer tax or something. But it's ridiculous. You get 4 days, 3 nights in Acapulco for $40. So you're going to get that. That's the bonus that we're offering today. But here's the deal. How it works, the wholesale versus retail. I said we were going to dive into that. We retail our fundability for $29.97 for a one-time pay. And if they do payments, I believe it's $39 or $4,000 if they do payments. So $3,000 for a one pay, $4,000 for multiple payments. You as a partner will be able to buy that wholesale. And what I mean by wholesale, it's kind of like you own a grocery store and you're going to sell Coca-Cola for $5 a can and you want to buy it wholesale, you're going to pay less than $5, right? you're going to pay $700 and as low as $500 for each enrollment. So let's do that math. If you get 2 clients a month and you only sell it for 2,500, which is less than what we sell it for, right? And it costs you, let's say, 500, right? You're making $4,500 per month off of 2 clients, not counting recurring revenue if they get funding, not counting referrals and testimonials. And by the way, the testimonials just fly at you. You will get people referring you constantly, which, if you think about it, any other business you have gives you an opportunity to sell your other services as well, right? So you own the client, your profit margin is basically 75% or more, and it's your client. They don't go into our funnel. They never hear from Credit Suite. The only thing they'll hear from is the advising team as fundability, right? They'll hear from the finance team if they're looking for a loan as your company. So your client, they will never end up in our funnel. Even if they find us, we know exactly who they are. We just send them back to you. Okay. So the price is $54.97 or 10 payments of $697. Spaced 30 days apart, you start with your first payment and you're in. Not today. So this is going to agitate some people in my office, but here's what we're going to do today. How many of you are in here still? Let's see. All right. So I'm going to take this. Remember I told you we sell our program, our fundability program for $29.97. Right? You go to our website right now, look up fundability. You will see it's $29.97. Right? It is not any less. That's what we sell it for. If you want to become a partner, you get our fundability system for free with your partner program. I'm going to give you the fundability system for $29.97. I'm going to charge you $1 for the partner program. So you're getting basically a, what's that, $2,500 discount. This has never been done. First time ever. Matter of fact, if you're in this room and you're a partner, you're probably like, wait, why didn't I get this opportunity? We've never done it. It's the first time. I came up with this today. So $29.98 for a single payment, only valid through this Friday. There's no landing page. There's nothing. You've got to call our number, 877-600-2487. Now, for those of you who want monthly payments, we're going to offer you our fundability payment plan, which I believe is $497 a month for 8 payments. So 5 times 8 is 4,000. Yeah. So instead of $697 for 10 payments. So you're saving a ton of money even if you do the monthly payments. So you want to call and talk to a sales rep. It's 877-600-2487. There is no landing page. I don't want anybody going to a landing page and getting this deal. Honestly, I don't want the word getting out. It's only available. There are 70 some people in this room. You're the only one seeing this. $29.97 plus $1 for the partner program. You will never see a deal like that again. First of all, if you just build your business credit, you basically bought a program that's going to work fantastic for you. Now you have an opportunity to own this business that you can scale for $1. It's ridiculous. $29.97 plus $1. So $29.98 for a single payment, only valid from now until Friday. Today is Tuesday, July 15th. This is good through Friday. So it'd be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday would be what, the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, I think. You're going to be good. $29.97 plus $1 for the VIP. Call 877-600-2487. Ask for the sales team. Say, Steve told me I can buy the VIP for $29.97 plus $1, and I get a free vacation if I do a full pay. You have to do a full pay or a 2-pay. If you want to split it over 30 days, we can do that. We're going to give you that free vacation, which is worth $2,000. And if you want monthly payments, unfortunately, you're not going to get the vacation, but you will get that amazing discount of $497 a month for 8 payments, and you've got it, right? You get to build your business credit. You get this business. Now, I'm done with the sales side of it, right? What I want to do is answer any and all questions. This is the VIP, Shaitan, okay? VIP. VIP is $29.97, plus that includes fundability. And if you do a full pay, you get a free vacation. Yep, you nailed it. Show the phone number. 877-600-2487. I'm going to put it right in the chat, 877-600-2487. I was supposed to show you a landing page, but the landing page is going to charge you $5,400. I don't want to do that to you. I want you to have that opportunity to get it for that price. So here are some common questions I get. What if I'm not a salesperson? Don't worry about it. Our scripts and systems make selling simple. We provide all the tools. I could tell you, I have even salespeople that aren't the greatest salespeople, but this product sells itself. And as long as you understand what you're talking about, generally, you'll sell a lot of them. It's not an issue. Uh, I saw an offer for 8,500. Yeah, you would have seen an offer for 8,500. That's our ultimate, right? That's our ultimate program. Now, if you decide you want our ultimate, all you have to do is pay the upgrade. The upgrade from VIP to ultimate is 54.97 to 84.97, so it's $3,000. Now you're getting the VIP for 2,500 off. So you still only have to pay, what is it, $2,000 to upgrade to ultimate. What's the details of the funding source? Credit scores, high interest rates, hard to qualify? Yes, Stephen. So we have hundreds, literally hundreds of lenders. Almost every product out there. I'm doing I think a $10 million crypto loan right now we're working on. We do DSCR real estate loans, hard money loans, personal loan stacking. You name it, we've got access to those loans. They're all over the board. Now, obviously, three C's are always going to apply when you're talking about funding, right? Cash, credit, or collateral. There always has to be one. Otherwise, I would just build 20 companies' business credit profile, go get $20 million and adios. I'm in Vegas, right? So we give you a funding cheat sheet, Stephen. That's part of the partner resource, so you can see exactly what the qualifications are. But if I quickly go over to fundability, let's get there. Under the funding explorer, you will see if I click on business credit card stacking services, all the qualifications are right there. Business revenue, all the qualifications are right there. And what's cool about it, it tells you or your client what they've got that's helping them and what's hurting them, right? What their strengthening factors, whether they have a match or not. Term loans, line of credit, accounts receivable, purchase order, retirement account, SBA, securities, book of business if you're an insurance agent, real estate, equipment. They're all here, right? David, how does this work for pre-revenue startups who are seeking business credit without personal guarantee? Easy. You don't need revenue to build business credit. David, you don't need revenue to build business credit. Here's what I will tell you, that if you have revenue, when you're building business credit, you're spending money, right? So I don't want to see people spend money to build business credit and they have no revenue and they have no plans on revenue. I think that's foolish. But when I started my company, my real estate investment firm, after I sold my printing company, I had no revenue. I started building business credit immediately. We receive lifetime access to fundability in the partner program, correct? Yes, Damon, that is correct. Now, I use lifetime access loosely because lifetime is a long time, but yes, as long as we are in business, you will have access to that. And I don't see us going out of business anytime soon. We've been in business a long time, and this business is growing, not going backwards. Is capital funding for startup an option? Absolutely, Stephen. There is startup funding. One of my favorites is our credit card stacking program. What is your commission rate? I'm a commercial mortgage broker. I'm really interested in offering fundability. Am I able to shut off the other options for my clients? Yes, we can do that, Andrea. Reach out to us, 877-600-2487. There are some things we can do. We can have that conversation one-on-one. Matter of fact, Andrea, reach out to our 877-600-2487 and then mention to the rep that I said I want to have a conversation with you, okay? Say, hey, Steve said he wants to have a conversation with me. They'll email you my link. We'll get you started, and I'll tell you all the different options we have. So does this work for real estate acquisition? David, does it work for real estate acquisition? And literally, that's how I acquired all my real estate. I had 300 homes. I leveraged business credit. The key is you got to protect your personal credit for when it makes the most sense or when it's going to make you the most money. So there is nobody that leveraged business credit like I did for real estate. Not only did I have a property management company, again, all this started from scratch with nothing. Property management company, 300 properties. I was one of the top RE/MAX agents in the country. I didn't get my license till I got into the business and started realizing my agent was making a fortune. So I said, I'll get my license. So I scaled that business. Ended up with 7 agents working for me. Everything in the business name, none of it tied to me personally. All of my maintenance guys had vehicles, credit cards, you name it. None of it tied to me personally. Cell phones. Uh, I never put any money out of my pocket for my homes after I purchased them. So this aligns perfectly with real estate. Absolute perfectly with real estate. All right, let's get back to, because I know y'all are like, I'm out. I'm done. Steve's trying to sell me now. And I'm not really trying to sell you. I'm trying to show you what a ridiculous opportunity this is. 54.97, you're getting it for 29.97, right? We have the ultimate. You can upgrade for $2,000. You can upgrade for whatever it is. I think it's $2,000. Do I have a recording of this meeting? I have another meeting. Yes, we do have a recording. You should get a copy of that. Are there any other questions? It's almost 1 hour exactly, and I just want to make sure everyone got their questions answered. Are we good? Are we good? I'm checking the time, so I keep looking left and right. Go ahead, Edward. What do you got? What question do you have? Oh, does it work for raw land acquisition development? So raw land's unique, David. But yeah, we actually have a really cool program for raw land. I um I actually teach a class for I don't want to name the influencer who teaches how to buy raw land. Uh, and one of the cool things that we do is called personal loan stacking, so that you can get the down and just get the seller to finance the rest of it. There's ways to get into it where you're not putting any money out of your pocket. Can you create affiliate relationships with other B2B referral partners? Absolutely, Paul. Matter of fact, our biggest partners, that's exactly what they do. That's something I would 100% do, right? You don't want to be the one spending the money generating leads. Let affiliates send you the leads. There's a million different affiliate programs you can use, and you're 100% protected. Let's see where we at. How does the 8,500 offer work with 2 days with today's offer? So what would happen, Edward, is you would get the VIP, okay, and you would get the VIP, which would cost you $3,000. If you want to upgrade, you have to pay the difference between the VIP and the ultimate, not the 8,500. You pay the retail difference, right? So 54.97 is what the VIP is normally. 84.97 is what the ultimate is. So it's a $2,000 difference. $3,000 difference. 54.84. Yeah, $3,000 difference. You would pay that difference. All right. Matter of fact, you can even talk to your sales rep and say, I told you could pay 2,500. So you buy the VIP for 29.97 and just pay the upgrade difference. All the reps know to do that. So that's all you have to do is tell them, hey, I want to get started with the VIP, but I want to upgrade to the ultimate. They know how to set you up. You could do a full pay on the VIP and then monthly payments on the ultimate. There's a million ways to kind of get you in here. We even have third-party financing, which is 100% approval. Everybody gets approved. However, I can't give you that $29.97 discount for that because they take a large piece of it. But talk to my team if you're like, hey, I really want low payments, and you can get some low payments. They may, instead of charging you $29.97, they may charge you $39.97 just to cover that piece that they're taking from us. That's how the finance company works, but it's 100% approval. Ray says, I am a small biz RMG credit. I can help with business credit and funding account. Wait a minute. Ray, are you trying to sell business credit in my webinar? Uh, okay. I'd prefer if you didn't do that. But anyhow, if anybody has any additional questions, reach out to us at 877-600-2487. I appreciate that. I hope I didn't talk too fast. I wanted to get you done within an hour. Again, 877-600-2487. Take advantage of this opportunity. You are never going to see the VIP at $29.97 ever again. All right. Hope everyone has a great day. I am out of here. All right. We'll see you.